Hey, it's Ryan from Combat Off-Road. This is going to be our installation instructions for our battle ready max flow inner fender kits for the front of your Jeep JL. So that's going to be 2018 to present day. Part number is going to be 25-1266. These are an all aluminum inner fender, high UV low powder coat, stainless steel hardware just like all our products. Backing plates are movable, and the max flow gives you max air relief. So I actually have one I just put together. They come modular. We're going to show you that, but that's what you get. So the max flow, right, it's going to have the extra heat reliefs, and that's our backing plate that's removable. We have an unboxing video and all that, but this will be instructions. So let's get to there. So tools needed for the job, you're going to have a 10mm wrench opened in a box stand, and you're going to have a 5/32 Allen key. That's going to be for the Allen head bolts. And then this does require a nutser tool. You can make one, you can use a better kit one, and you're going to want to use the M6 tool. And if you're not sure, just take your rib nut, just check it out. So if it screws on, you got the right one. Okay guys, I'm going to show you hardware for the inner fender. So this is what you're going to get. You're going to get the front left and right brackets. You're going to get the rear brackets. There's two in there. You get all your nutserts, your M6 shouldered nuts. You're going to get flat washers, M6 Allens. You're going to get your speed nuts. So if you come over here, I kind of set it up what it looks like, driver, passenger, and quickly what you do. So you're going to have two nutserts that you have to install on each side. You're going to have your flat washers and Allen heads that are going to fasten that. That's going to fasten the fender in those spots. You're going to have your back bracket, which is closest to the back with the wheel well. You're going to have its mounting installation. You're going to have your speed nut that actually mounts the inner fender to this bracket. You're going to have the front support bracket with the speed nut. That goes up there. The speed nut, and this mounts the fender. So what those look like, basically you get them out. You can organize them this way if you like. That's going to be, you just punch the speed clip on there. That's ready to go. Punch the speed clip on this side. That's ready to go. So yeah, that's going to be how you organize the hardware for the hardware that mounts to the Jeep and then mounts onto the fender. Okay, so now we had the introduction. We're going to go with steps. So the steps that I would take to prepare and then install. So what I like to do, I'm going to open the box, step one. I'm going to spread out my hardware. I'm going to double check that I have the two front brackets, the two back brackets, and that my bolt pack is secure, all sealed up, ready to go. So now that I know that, that's step one. And then I like to spread everything out. So step two, I'm going to go and I'm going to sort out the hardware. So I know that I have to do two nutserts, and then I'll need two bolts, Allen bolts with washers. So I'm going to set those together, and then I have the back bracket. What I'm going to do, the back bracket comes like this. I'm going to install the speed clip, right? So speed nut. So basically that's simple. So I'm going to get that ready. So that's ready to go. And I know that I have to mount it with a nut and bolt. So I got that hardware ready, and I know I need another washer and Allen head bolt to install. And I'm going to figure out which way these go. So I didn't take them off the other Jeep yet, but basically this is going to be the driver's side. So that's the orientation of the driver's side. Hold on a sec. So orientation of the driver's side is going to be the front pivot where you nut it is forward of where it goes in the back. So when you put it in the Jeep, that's the correct angle. And then all I did was I set it out driver's side, passenger side, and I grabbed myself another nut and flat washer because I know that's where that's going to be. So that's all my fasteners to fasten the inner fender to the Jeep. Okay, so step three would be opening up the panels taken everything off, and then you can just go right to the pocket for the shock pocket. So it's a shock pocket or a reservoir pocket that we have. So what you want to do is you're going to find 4 more of these speed clips out of the kit, speed nuts, and you're just going to slip those on the same way as you would slip those on. So they are very simple. They just go on like that. You just line them up over the hole so you can get the nut through. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I would find both those pockets and do that to each side. And then the next step, so step 5 would be just figuring out the orientation. So you can see how this is a triangle, this is a triangle. So when I line these up, they'll fit together. Okay. So that means that pocket's correct, because you have your shock and any kind of reservoir space available. And then the next step within the step 5 here is I would make sure that I'd have this panel correct. So basically, the telltale for you, when you're looking at this panel, you're going to have this bend to the top. You're going to have this, which is the inner fender well. So I'm the driver's side of the Jeep. This is going to block the inner fender well behind me towards the cockpit, right? And that's going to be at the top. So how they go together, you'll see these 2 bolt holes. These line up together like so. This wedges in behind everybody. And this is how this mates together. So the top bracket bent goes in behind, and then, you know, that's going to be like this. So put the smaller hole of the actual big panel on the outside, and then that's going to be that. This top bolt actually bolts to the truck body, okay? So don't worry about that yet. So we have a big hole at the back, bend, boom, that's how it goes together. So what I like to do is I know I need 4 nuts with the speed clip, 4 bolts and flat washers. So you can do it any which way you want. The next step, I guess step 6 would be, I would just hold this, just start all this stuff by hand. Might be a little tricky, but everything can move. So leave it, you know, you don't have to go crazy tight because it's all got to fit together. So we're just going to start these guys. Then I'm going to put these in like this. So then I'm going to I'm just going to look for the holes. Okay, looks good. Okay, so it's very loose. You can snug this up, and that's what you're looking for when that's ready to go. So now you'll see that is going to be our front mount. This one hole here is going to be our front mount, which is going to be this bracket. So we're going to show you, but that would be onto the body through the backside here. So this is attached to the body. This attaches here, no problem. Then on the Jeep body, you're going to install the nuts that are on this particular one. That's going to be another spot that's going to be mounted. And then you're going to have your fender support bracket from the Jeep that goes here. You're going to put a nutsert there, and you're going to put a bolt through there. So it really fastens to the Jeep, 1, 2, 3. And then we have our other bracket, number 4. That's going to bolt to the Jeep body. That's going to slide in behind here, and you're going to put another bolt and washer. Okay, on to step 7. You're going to need your 10 mil wrench, and you're going to need your 5/32 Allen. And we already spread these out, so it's nice and easy. We're going to start with the most forward bracket. So remember the bend. So when you look at it from the side, the fork side is back, and the mounting side that's out of the fender is forward. So that's going to be orientation versus the passenger side is totally the opposite, right? So driver's side, this is what we want. So I want you to come over here. So obviously, sorry we didn't have a stock vehicle to do this on. We're using our Gladiator here. But basically, you're gonna go in, have everything removed. What you wanna find here, you're gonna be right near this front body mount. So just kind of look up, away, and then you're gonna have this little rad support mount. And this is a OE bolt, like I already undid it. So all you wanna do is undo that a bunch. Not crazy because we got a fork. So the trickiest part of this is getting this guy to sit under there. Okay, so it's kind of sneaky a little bit. So just kind of feel your way around. If you didn't get it enough, just take it out there. See, so it's perfect. All you want to do is, see it's bent to line up with this angle of the frame. So just have it pushed against there, push down, and then simply keep forward pressure on it, right? So I'm pushing towards it, towards the body, and I'm doing this up the exact same time. So it's not crazy tight, you just want it so it doesn't move. So I would just open end, I grab the box end, and this is a pretty tiny wrench, but you know, just like a full, and then just a little squeeze. That should get us where we want to be for that. So for step 8, we're going to do the back bracket. So we've had the back bracket. We put our little speed nut in place, and we're going to grab our Allen head bolt, M6, and our M6 shouldered washer. Sorry, well, it's a shouldered nut, so it kind of has a washer on it. And we're going to simply go to the back of the fender well, and we're going to install this. Don't forget your 5/32 Allen. So now the orientation of this guy, I'll pull this back out just so people remember what we're doing. So the whole side, that's going to be the mounting side to the body. The actual side that we want to put the speed clip on is going to be a square hole, so we got lots of room for activities. So yeah, so that's it. It'll just sit there, that's no problem, because once you fasten it, it's going to clamp in place. Just gives you a lot of room to find the bolt hole. So all I want to do, the Allen, so you come into the body, just pay attention, make sure this is pretty straight. So it's not the bottom one, it's not the one in the wrong direction, it's the one in the middle, okay? So all I want to do is simply bolt this guy to here. So give me a second. Washer's a little bigger than I want it there. Okay, so we're going to slide that in. We're going to have the threaded side so we can put the bolt in. We're going to just throw that in there. I'm going to start this by hand. I'm going to make it a little awkward. So all you want to do is just get that guy snug. These fasten pretty easy, so I would just snug it up. And then you can use the Allen to stabilize. And then you can use your little wrench, 10 mil wrench. And all we want to do is make sure this stays, you know, vertical, like so it's straight. Okay, so then you want to just, same thing, just get it pretty snug. You don't want it to come up off when you're driving. So that's the back tab ready to go. And like I said, don't worry about this. You're going to use this to find the spot. It's going to be there locked in place, no problem. Okay, so step 9 is going to be the nut cert. So there's 3 different ways to do this. Easiest way, in my opinion, is if you or a friend or you feel like just buying one, it's gonna be the drill version. So basically this goes on the end of your power drill, just like onto the chuck. You would do the same thing. You would set it out, make sure this is a 6 mil. And all you're gonna do is put it in the hole, hit the drill. It's gonna squeeze this down, install. This is the fastest, simplest way. I think these are like 40 to like 60 bucks. Pretty cool. I've used these quite a bit, and especially if you have some space challenges, like, you know, it's hard to get into different spots. So that's going to be the drill version of the nutsert tool. This is going to be the standard version of the nutsert tool. This one has many applications. They're very similar, so you make sure you have M6. If you're not sure, same thing like we did, we double check. Okay, grab the M6, threads on, we know we're in the right spot. So unfortunately, I can't install this because I've already installed these years ago on this particular Jeep, but I can run you through where and when and how. The third method, a little more basic, but it still works. So basically this is the wrong size for what I have right now, but what you want to do, you could get an M6 bolt for an M6. You know, I'm going to grab the other one just to show you. Let me scroll quick. So to be clear, for this particular install, you're looking for M6, okay? So you have an M6 bolt, just for argument's sake, we're gonna say this is that. You're gonna have some sort of washer, like a nut, that slides freely over the threads. You're gonna have a little washer for, just for barrier here, just for buffer, okay? So what you're doing is, you're gonna throw this guy on the end. You're gonna get a wrench, open wrench, whatever you want, adjustable, and you're gonna get, I'd say like an impact gun or a drill with a, you know, some sort of socket that you could fit on here. And all you're gonna do is hold this, you're gonna push this in with the gun, and you're gonna basically go for a while until this expands. So what that's doing is, that's gonna pull that. Same principle as this, but this is good for tight areas. This is good for on the cheap. It's only gonna cost like $1 to get these components, okay? So there's the 3 ways to do it. Now I'm gonna show you the locations of where we need nutserts in this particular kit. So starting from the front, so basically you're gonna have this hole, and that's gonna be for your M6. So sorry, this is already installed, but same difference. You would put the tool in, install the nutsert, either with the drill or the little one, or the actual clamping one. So that's nutsert 1 on this side, and nutsert 2 is gonna be this mount. Okay, so caveat to this, if you have the diesel or the 392 and it has the washer fluid bottle here, you simply reuse the washer fluid bolt and skip putting in the nutsert because it's already a threaded hole. So to that, we're gonna go to the other side, and I'm gonna show you that too. So there's another special consideration here. So on the driver's side, you're gonna have this big mass plug, and it usually has a little Christmas tree plug here. So basically it looks like plastic with, looks like a Christmas tree. It's these plastic little things, and it's sticking in this hole, okay? So all you do is you push this away, and then you pull that Christmas tree prong out of there. You open this hole up, and you install the nutsert on this side. So passenger side, remove the Christmas tree little plastic pin that holds the computer plug in. It doesn't go anywhere, it's fine. Then you install the nutsert on that side. So that's the 2 caveats. And then this is the same as the front side, very front fender brace. You're having the other M6 nutsert in that spot. So step 10 is we're gonna just tighten these guys down and make sure, I would just hold them in place just so you know that this is totally through. If you're worried about that moving, just grab yourself a fake little bolt, hold it in place. You can hold it on either side. And then, like I said, we just have the Allen key, which is pretty basic. If you had a ratchet version or a T-handle or something, that would probably go a little quicker. That's all you want to do. So step 10 is just, let's tighten up these 4 bolts that hold the whole kit together. Okay, step 11. So we have all our brackets installed onto the Jeep. We have our nutserts installed. So we're ready to go. We've tightened all our panels here for the pocket. So our inner fenders are one piece now. So at this point, just need your 5/32 Allen. I'm gonna run over to my bolt section. I'm gonna grab a few of these guys that I had set up already. I'm gonna go like, steal this one. Sorry, I just want this. So like we said, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 mounting spots. I got 4 washers. Oh yeah, so we're gonna have 4 mounting spots. The front bracket, we put the fork one near the the radiator support. We're gonna have our top one into the fender support. That's our nutsert. We're gonna have another nutsert on the passenger side where it was the Christmas tree plug, and down here we're gonna have that 90-degree tab that we put in the middle body tab off the fender, and that's gonna secure us with the inner fender. So now that we got it all ready to go, I usually don't put hardware or tools on fenders, but I'm gonna do it right now. So what I like to do, just kind of fit it in place. Pretty good idea where it's gonna go. Have a look, you know, does it look okay? Okay, so we have the fender in place, fit it up. I usually like to start this top bolt first, and then I'm gonna move to this bolt here. It's a little bit extra pushing around because I have the reservoirs and that, but it's still, there's still lots of room to fit back there. I'm just gonna have to play with this hose a little bit, then I'll line this guy up, and then I'm gonna come back to here, and then the last one will be doing at the bottom. All right, so I won't bore you with that. Yeah. So bottom one, we're gonna fit that. Fits all inside the lines. We're gonna do this one, but first off, I like to put that one in first. I'm gonna play with this hose. I'm gonna start this for second, third, and the final one's the bottom. So I'm gonna button that up, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. So extras for the, if you had the 2-liter turbo or that like extra regen motor, or you have the diesel and you still haven't eliminated the aux battery. One, eliminate the aux battery, just get rid of it. If you want to keep it, you're gonna run into a clearance issue here. So you can, it depends on how skilled you are. So you can literally cut the pocket and move it back. I've had customers remove the pocket, and I have had customers make a slight incision here, so the actual battery just comes into this fender well ever so slightly. So you can just cut out where the battery sits, or like I said, they're very useless, right? They cause a lot of problems, so eliminating it is the way to go. But if you need it and you want these, you're just gonna have to make a slight cut, like a window in this spot for the battery just to sit in this space. if you pick up the Max Flow inner fender and you have the Falcon 3.3 shock, so what happens is it just touches here, so it's not quite high enough. So what you want to do on the back side of this, basically you can put it in place with the shock inside the vehicle. You know, you can just kind of mark it, or you can get a good idea of the measurement of the width of that, you know, horizontal reservoir. And all you're going to do is you're just going to cut that space out, and that'll give it a relief. And the shock will come just inside there, but you'll still be able to see it. So basically you're going to want to cut that out. So that's going to be caveat 1 for the 3.3 Falcon fitment. Like I said, simply cut this out, leave a bit of a perimeter, or you can only just cut to the depth if you want. It's up to you, but you just need to make a little relief in the aluminum. You can use a cutoff wheel. That's probably the easiest way. Just a quick cutoff wheel. Just cut it out, clean it up, and if you want to shoot a little paint on it, just a matte black will work. If you want to repowder coat it, that's totally up to you, but that'll give you the room for the 3.3 Falcon. Okay, so there you have it. Installation, part number 25-1266, JL, battle ready, Max Flow inner fender front kit for your JL. Like I think I just said that. So yeah, it's installed pretty easy. Nuts, bolts, one tool that's kind of specialized, be the nut sert tool, and you're off to the races. Thanks.